week, we talked about Audrie Pott. And that was kind of the last topic I sort of used to sort of end that after show. And I kind of ended it more on a serious front. So let me just kind of hit you guys with a quick follow-up, and we can kind of put this topic to rest for a little bit, because I know it is very sensitive to a lot of viewers, and also it's a tough topic to talk about. It involves suicide and sexual assault and all sorts of horrible things that you wouldn't wish upon your worst enemy. But let's finish it by saying this. Listen, there is a lot of information that none of us really know about Audrie Pott. Honestly, the only person that probably knows the most information about this whole entire case is Audrie Pott, and she's been passed away for 10 years. Not everyone is going to have the full story, the full narrative, whatever it is, right? Audrie Pott was the only person that really knew what was going on inside her own head. But also, there's also a lot of information that me, the bystander journalist, doesn't know, in that, like, I'm not a school administrator. I was not privy to the meetings with the parents. I do not know all of the various aspects and things that were going on behind the scenes. I can only speculate, but also I can only make my best educated conclusions with the evidence that was given to me by articles and stuff like that. But let's state the truth of the matter. It's been 10 years here, and my district, Los Gatos Saratoga Union High School District, has not addressed the issue of sexual assault whatsoever. It's been 10 years. I went to school there from 2015 to 2019 in that school district, and nothing was erased. Nothing was erased. I'm sorry. There's still remnants of sexual assault culture when I was there, and there continue to be to this day. The culture is still, I mean, NBC Bay Area, which is the local news station out here in the Bay, did a whole episode on sexual assault, particularly in our school district. If that doesn't say that we have a sexual assault problem within our school district, I don't know what does. There are actual mainstream journalism outlets. Candace Nguyen, she did a whole piece on this whole entire thing, and it's sad. It really is sad that we have to see these issues come to light. This problem never left. I mean, the school district swept Audrie Pott, like I talked about last week, kind of under the rug, and no one talked about it, and we kind of moved on and lived our own lives. But the problem never left. I mean, you have this mother that literally in Los Gatos, like, was grooming, as I talked about on the show last week, like, was grooming young girls to, like, be sex partners for her son and her buddies, and his buddies. Like, what the what? Like, this shit still happens. And I mean, I start to question it, because I feel like if this problem was addressed way back in 2012, 2013, like, would the mom exist? Probably. Like, I can't specifically sit here and say that she wouldn't exist if the Audrie Pott issue had been addressed. But, like, I think it would have set a precedent for the culture. I mean, the men who were responsible for the Audrie Pott thing got to still be in school. They lived 100 hours of community service, had probation, you know, did their time with, pretty basic stuff. Like I said, community service. I don't even think they spent a night in juvie, and they walked at fucking graduation. I feel like if you cracked down on them and said, no, like, this behavior is unacceptable, like, that would have been like, okay, shit, like, that was for real bad. But, like, you kind of let them get off a little scot-free, in my opinion, but whatever. The point is, I mean, guys, it's been 10 years. It's been 10 years since this whole entire thing, okay? And I thought about it a lot after I put out the TikTok and all of that, and not a lot of people actually commented on it, which was surprising to me. But I thought about it, and I realized, like, why am I digging up graves from the past, right? Like, whatever happened to Audrie Pott happened 10 years ago. I don't have all of the information. I cannot sit here and tell you specific facts that happened. I can only tell you what I've observed. And there's no point in talking about it anymore, because it's happened already. The horrible event has happened. We pretty much know most of the details. The names of the boys have been released in public. But the reason why I think I brought it up, and I think I still stand by this reason, is that it's been 10 years and this shit is still ravaging my community. And I feel the need to talk about that and discuss openly this fact that sexual assault is still plaguing our community. and there should be no place for it, but yet there are problems that are happening every day. And maybe this is also happening across the country. It's not just my South Bay. Like, it's not just in the South Bay area. Like, this is happening in LA, Chicago, New York, whatever city you look at in America. Like, sexual assault is it's not just located in specific concentrations. This is everywhere. This shit is everywhere. And the fact is, like, this is an issue that's been happening. But point being, girls everywhere are being affected, and particularly here in the South Bay because of stuff that's happened in the past. And I just thought I would, call it out and call it like it is, because I think that's important to this whole thing. That's all I got to say about Audrey Pott. Okay, I don't want to kind of stretch it more than I have to. But I think the point that I wanted to bring up is that maybe I don't have all the information, and I cannot sit here and tell you guys that I do. So if I was, a little angry or a little over the top with my TikTok, I apologize. But that's kind of how I wanted to follow it up and just sort of say that. But let's move on.